Charlotte isn't just growing, it's being rewritten. From an $800 million stadium makeover to a 1,400-acre master plan and new walkable downtown neighborhoods, here are the developments that are going to change where you live, how you commute, and of course, what your weekends look like if you choose to move here. I'm going to show you the timelines, the price tags, and what neighbors are actually saying. If you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, this video is your insider map. Big projects, when they'll open, who's paying for them, and whether they'll actually make life better or more expensive. So let's take a look at the big picture of Charlotte, North Carolina, because there is a lot going on. The city and the private sector have invested and launched millions, if not billions, in projects, including the east side of Charlotte, Uptown, South Charlotte, and even the Riverfront. Now, this wave of investment and building in these regions are purposefully going to be mixed use. That means housing, offices, parks, and entertainment. And this is helping to meet the upcoming and constant demand that Charlotte has for people moving into the area. The first major project you need to be made aware of is the River District. Now, I've done other videos on the River District and hope to do more as they continue to build it out. But this is becoming one of the most desired areas, partially because it's new. But let's give a quick breakdown on what this development offers. It's going to be the first of its kind in Charlotte. It is a 1,400-acre development that is going to include not only a 2-acre farm, actually a working farm inside the community, but it'll have townhouses, single-family homes, office, as well as restaurants and entertainment. A development like this in Charlotte is actually quite unique, especially being they're going to include schools as well as grocery shopping. That's right. Imagine being able to walk out of your house, not being in the middle of the city, and you could either go to the riverfront and walk the boardwalk, or maybe walk to your favorite coffee shop, ride your bike to work. This is the idea that they're creating, a beautiful little village that actually can house quite a bit. So let's look at this development and its numbers. It's gonna be 1,400 acres. That's right, that's quite a bit. Now this is gonna be right off the Catawba River and only about 5-minute drive to the airport. Cool thing is, it's not in the flight path, so we're not gonna have noise pollution from that. Eventually, it's gonna have 2,300 single family homes, 2,300 multifamily units, and while Toll Brothers, David Weekley, as well as DRB Homes and Saucy Burbank are all the first builders, there's actually a lineup of additional builders to come to the forefront and build in this community. So it's going to be quite a mix of different builders and different designs, all with that, how should we say, modern farmhouse feel. Now, this community has already broken ground. They've been building through the end of 2025, and we're going to see even more building coming into 2026 with the expansion of single family and townhouses. Well, as a part of this project, the city has invested $18 million, and the investor has invested $12 million for the West Boulevard extension. Now, the good thing is this is a sign of both private and public organization coming together to build something even better for our economy and for the people who are living here. If you're looking for everything Charlotte, North Carolina, the ins, the outs, and everything in between, including the upstate of South Carolina, then you have come to the right channel. Hit that subscribe button and be the first to know about all upcoming changes of the Charlotte market. I'm 𝗖𝗯 Lindsay, your Charlotte, North Carolina real estate expert and the upstate of South Carolina. Every single day, we are getting calls, texts, emails, and even Zoom bites from people just like you or thinking about making the move to the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So if that's you, drop down in the description below. All of our contact information is there, whether you're thinking about making the move in 9 days or 90 days across the world, across the country, or just across town. We're here to make your move exactly what you want it to be. Second biggest is the Bank of America Stadium expansion. This is an $800 million expansion. Yes, you heard that right. 800 million with an M expansion. So what the heck is gonna cost $800 million? Is it a brand new stadium? Let's dive into the nitty gritty. Now, everybody has their viewpoint on this. Personally, I wish our city didn't put money into a failing, losing football team. That's just me. I am a Panthers fan, so don't come hating on me. But here's what's happening. Tepper Sports, or the owner of the Panthers, which is Tepper Sports, in combination with the city of Charlotte, are making an $800 million investment into the Panthers Stadium, keeping the Panthers here well into 2045. Now, the Panthers are, of course, a revenue generator for the city. They actually employ a lot of local individuals and, of course, bring in a lot of other businesses that also support the Panthers. So there's a lot of give and take, but this $800 million isn't just going to make it pretty. That's right, they're gonna dig in deep, they're gonna go ahead and upgrade the infrastructure, seating, modern concourse, as well as video and audio upgrades. Even though they just put giant LED screens in just a few years ago, just saying. Now, here's the thing. Aside from the Panthers playing there, yes, this is also the home for the football league to come in and play. In addition to that, it's also the home of many, many concerts. When we have major concerts going in Charlotte, like a few years back, we went to go see Billy Joel. This is where we went to go see him. So there are other events aside from the Charlotte Panthers that go play there, and having these upgrades are gonna keep us up to par with other major cities in the United States. Construction has already started in 2025 and is expected to go to 2029. That's right, this is a big project and a large undertaking. So who the heck is paying? Well, the city is paying out of hospitality and tourism taxes, and Panthers owner David Tepper is paying for the remaining amount. There is an expectation there's probably going to be ongoing conversations on the taxpayer benefit versus the economic impact and what this is really going to do for the city of Charlotte. Now, the people of Charlotte have mixed reactions to this. Some are really excited, some don't want to see more money dumped into the Charlotte Panthers stadium and would rather see this money used in other places that might actually improve the economy in other ways. But here's the thing, the better the stadiums and the better our facilities, the more tourism we are going to attract. Now, while tourism isn't one of our main economic benefactors, usually it's finance and hospitals and things of that nature, we do still see a good bit of funds coming in because of tourism. If we can increase that, it increases jobs associated with tourism and our economy becomes stronger. So, is this a good investment? I'll let you decide. Next, let's talk about the Iron District. This is going to be the coolest project, in my opinion, coming up in 2026 and beyond. This is going to be 55 acres that are going to bridge Uptown to South End. So what does it look like and what does this entail? The Iron District is going to go in a lot of ill-used space here in Charlotte, just outside of Uptown, near the Bank of America Stadium. The idea behind this is to put in dense housing, immersive art space, and the light rail. And in addition to that, they're also looking to open up office space, retail, and even a hotel. Phase 1 is going to include over 500 units, 150 hotel rooms, and 100,000 square foot office facility, all to be kicked off late 2025 into 2026. Now, of all the projects coming to Charlotte, this one has some of the widest support Charlotte-wide when it comes to folks that live here. Connecting neighborhoods, adding density, and actually making a connection between Uptown and South End, which is so desperately needed. Next up, East Charlotte is making a comeback. Now, the east side of Charlotte has not gotten a lot of attention, especially when it comes to improvements, infrastructure, you name it. But this is bringing a lot of attention. It's actually going to be a really cool project. This is going to sit on the 80-acre site that was once the Eastland Mall. If you think back to the 80s, which I was not here for, but any of our native Charlotteans can remember was a happening spot. But over the last 20, 25 years, nothing has really been going on there. So this is going to be a massive improvement and it's an ideal location. It's going to have mixed housing, retail, community amenities, and more. Now, also right there, we're going to have a 4.5-acre development that will become Eastland Park. This is going to include a playground, a skate park, a dog lounge, and even trails. As a broader vision, they want to also create a sports complex and facilities, such as soccer fields and maybe even indoor sports facilities as well. Now, the county has budgeted about $12.4 million for the project, and large private developments are actually going to be built by Crossland South. Now, there is going to be big city and county contributions that are going to come into this, but overall, it's going to improve, again, the economy and quality of life for those living in the area and those wanting to move to the area. Now, the project has already broken ground and is expected to complete by 2027. Now, the sports complex is supposed to break ground in 2026, so we'll be hearing more about that in the upcoming months. Honestly, this is another project that has everybody's hand raised as a yes, we are in agreement, because this property has sat vacant and unused for so long. So seeing it put to good use and something that everyone can use is actually pretty exciting for those in Charlotte. So let's put our focus to Uptown and luxury. That's right, the VeLa Uptown Tower. This beautiful 32 to 38 story luxury apartment tower was once the location for the Levine Museum. bringing 380 to 412, because they're not quite sure how high they want to go just yet, units to Uptown. This is also going to include ground floor retail use, as well as a huge amenity package for those that live there, such as a spot to wash your dog, pool, club rooms, you name it. The project is expected to cost about $170 million once completed. But as anybody knows in construction, that'll probably go up. Now, while this build out has been underway for quite some time, it is expected to complete by the end of 2025, possibly breaking the doors open by 2026. Having build-outs like this in Uptown are showing that Uptown is heating back up. For quite a long time, it was a place where nobody really goes. In fact, unless you're just visiting, you probably don't go to Uptown. Most people don't. They usually go to South End or South Park or Plaza Midwood or NoDa. But Uptown is starting to become a haven and a place where people not only visit, but also want to live. If you're looking for the walkable life and luxury, this may be the place to go. Another major renovation is also coming to Charlotte, and that's the Spectrum Center renovation. Now, the Spectrum Center is where we host the Hornets. That's right, our basketball team. The Hornets, not only them, but also some major concerts that come to the area and other large major events. The $245 million renovation, maybe a little bit more, will modernize seating, the concourse, as well as concessions. Now, when we're talking about concessions, this isn't your regular old countertop where you order popcorn. In fact, Amazon is actually going to have hubs inside of the Spectrum Center where you can just walk out. That's right, AI technology is taking hold, and you can go in and pick up whatever you want and get charged on the way out the door. Very interesting, and I'm excited to see it play out. Now, the work is going to be done in phases, of course, that doesn't intervene with the upcoming Hornet season, as well as the other concerts and events that are coming up. So it may take a little bit of time, but groundbreaking is going to be in late 2025. Again, the biggest reason behind all of this renovation goes right back to what we talked about with the Panthers. Better facilities mean more events and more attraction to the Charlotte area. I personally am a little bit excited about this one, mostly because the price tag's a little bit more reasonable, but I'm excited to see the Spectrum Center get a facelift, as it hasn't had one in a very long time. The next major improvement in Charlotte is Providence Square. This Charlotte mixed-use development is going to be located just off Providence Road. The idea behind it all? A large, walkable suburban redevelopment that's going to offer more than just housing. This is going to offer over 1,700 units, from 200 townhomes to over 1,500 multi-family units. And in addition to that, retail, park space, and greenway improvements. Who doesn't love a good greenway here in Charlotte? Now, there's a lot that went into this, including getting a lot of things rezoned, because that South Charlotte area is not intended for such high density living. But this is going to bring a completely new vibe into the area, and it's going to improve quite a bit, including the economy. Now, site work has already broken ground in late 2025, and it's expected to conclude its build out by late 2027. Now, while the city is going to be involved in some of the cost of this, mostly from an infrastructure standpoint and improving the area and allowing for some of this retail to be in there, the project itself is expected to cost about $490 million. But there's also tax incentives. That's right, depending on the final scope, there could be a $6 to $7 million tax incentive to developers in putting this into the Charlotte area. So are people excited about it? Well, South Charlotte's a little bit particular, and while some might not be as excited about a more dense population in that particular area, it's definitely something that's needed as our population in Charlotte grows. I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with the green spaces, because one thing I know about Charlotte, we are a canopy city, which means there's going to be plenty of trees, plenty of green space, and because of the way that zoning is in South Charlotte, everything's going to match exactly what's already there. One of the biggest projects, which is just about to finish up, is the Ballantyne Bowl. Ballantyne is what I consider the new money area of Charlotte. That's right, it is basically the South Charlotte that's just further south. In fact, Ballantyne is also home to the largest business park in North Carolina and in Charlotte, and also was one of the largest commercial sales just a few years back. Now, the Ballantyne Bowl, or the Bowl, as we call it, is a reimagined walkable urban hub with restaurants, retail, as well as an amphitheater and some beautiful residential towers. It's completely reimagined a space and included, of course, parks and green spaces all throughout. Personally, I went to go see Yacht Rock Revue in the amphitheater. It was probably one of the coolest locations that I've been to see a concert, especially as the sunset behind the stage. Absolutely perfect. Now, the completion for build out is going to go through 2026, but it's already a place you can go and enjoy, and there's still more to come. Why was this so needed? Why is this location so important? Well, with so much entertainment and restaurants and, of course, businesses more centered into the Uptown or just outside of Uptown, and as well as South Park, we didn't have a whole lot going on in the very far south parts of Charlotte. Having the Ballantyne Bowl gives more opportunity for people who not only live in that area, but perhaps live a little bit further south in Fort Mill or Waxhaw or even Indian Land to have a closer place to go. They want a night out on the town, go enjoy a concert, or maybe just bring their kids to a really cool park with a close by coffee shop. So bottom line, Charlotte is investing in some major things here in the area, from stadiums to transit to huge new developments in communities, and of course, suburban walkable hubs. So if you're moving here, expect many, many more years of investment, infrastructure, opportunity, and even more growth in our economy. I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. Drop your questions and comments below. I really do answer all of them. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. I'm 𝗖𝗁 Lindsay, your Charlotte, North Carolina real estate expert. And as I mentioned, every single day we are getting calls, texts, emails, even Zoom invites from people who are just like you, looking to make the move to the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So that's you. Drop into the description below. All of our contact information is there, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days across the world, across the country, or simply across town. We're here to make your move everything you want it to be. Until next time, I look forward to showing you around town. So you're making the move. There's a lot of videos that you can be watching, like this one right here, or maybe even this one. Really either one of these, but honestly, watch both of them because they're going to help you make the move. Go ahead, pick one. They're both really good.